Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Won't then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
Scotty Bonin with you guys. We are the Blood Brothers.
And
Carmelo Chimera.
Sexy voice.
Sensual.
God bless you.
Sadly missing the Rob again. He wasn't sure if he'd make it, just like the last few times, but we'll still keep hoping and keep him in our prayers.
That's right. Thoughts and prayers to Rob O'Neill.
The Buccaneers lost tonight, and Alabama lost, so that he's probably very sad about this week.
We're already whiskey deep from the pre-show conversations.
Yep.
Just so y'all know, it might get
an hour pre-show
a
conversation.
little wild and crazy.
Talking about our next films.
Yes, a lot coming down the pipe. And
wrapping up our Name the Demon.
Wrapping up Name the Demon. The Blu-rays have been ordered, although that they've been ordered. The money has been paid, but they haven't got back to me to verify the design yet. So hopefully that's not another bottleneck.
I know, seriously. It's like one freaking thing after another.
But it's been the weekend.
Our distributor left us high and dry with this.
Yeah, our distributor just basically, without getting into the details, made us wait for about 3 months, 4 months for some answers. And then ultimately came back to us saying, "Oh, we don't deal with that anymore."
Yeah, if you want bulk, you gotta get bulk from somebody else.
So we were like, if you had just told us that 4 months ago, this would all be over by now.
Problem would have been solved. Yeah.
Communication. Come on, man.
But they have been ordered. Now this company just needs to verify the files I sent them to make sure everything looks right. So I'm giving them the weekend tonight. We're recording this on a Sunday. It's releasing on a Wednesday when you guys are hearing it. Hopefully by then, I know.
Everything's in the works. It's all going to come to fruition.
Yeah, and it's probably it's never a good thing when Rob's not here, but he does not like this movie, and I think we all love this movie.
Yes.
We are covering Constantine, Keanu Reeves, 2005. It just doesn't get much better than this.
Oh, God, it's great.
Rob doesn't like this movie?
He does. That's what he said in the past.
Oh, bullshit. Come on. He's probably doesn't even remember it. Saw it back in 2005. Doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
So
I remember when this came out, and to this day, so just on a whim, I watched it. I don't know, 4 months ago or something like that. Just because I saw it on and was like, oh, I haven't watched that in a while. And then just today, I got the Blu-ray and watched it with director-producer commentary, and I almost, even though they were spouting interesting information the whole time, I still just wanted them to shut the fuck up so I can watch the movie. I was like, I just want to watch this movie again.
I agree. It's so good, man. God. It's classic. It's 20 years old now.
Those are my opening thoughts on the film. I don't know you guys' history with it, but...
Scotty, you want to go first?
I mean, 20-year-old movie, man, still holds up. It's got the effects that are believable still.
I mean, there's CGI, obviously.
Yeah, of course, but it still holds up, and it's just Keanu Reeves is great in it. Rachel Weisz, and I remember seeing it in 2005, I think, the year after we graduated, and I remember being blown away. And it still holds up. I was like entranced watching it the whole time. I just watched it I just finished it 30 minutes ago. And it's still great. I love it. I love everything about it.
I think it's just written well, and Carmelo's the script meister, and I think it hits a lot of beats. I think it's written well.
Well, you always get that.
It's extremely well written. Everything kind of comes back around. There's very few wasted details, And the thing that makes a movie like this remarkable to me is two things. One is the massive amount of exposition they have to give you.
Oh,
This whole backstory about angels and demons, and this is how possessions work in our world, and these are the rules. That can really bog down a movie and make it boring as dirt. And this movie does it right, where it's revealing the exposition through the action. So you're not sitting there like, well, someone explains to you. You're experiencing the exposition as part of the story. The other thing it did is it has to combine all this lore from the comic books, right? So you've got all this, history from a very, very popular comic book, and then trying to put that into something that people like is tough because comic fans we can be persnickety.
Yes. Needs to be exact.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn more about the comic book.
With their comic book lore and their hygiene.
That's are very persnickety with our hygiene. If you ever go to a Comic-Con, man, the people killing it there are the booths that sell custom soap now.
Yeah. So, can I bring you Old Spice or a Speed Stick?
Yeah, right. I'm going to start going to Comic-Cons with body spray. So
I'd like to learn more about the comic book, though, because I saw that it was based off of it, and I knew it was, but I just didn't. Just seeing the movie, it's like, like the comic book lore is so more expansive, Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they took elements of some of his stories, of many of his different stories, and then put those elements in here, right? So like, we'll talk about the cancer, when it comes up, and that's like that's from one Constantine comic book, right? So like they're all kind of, it wasn't just one story they adapted. They tried to find elements from very popular stories.
Are you familiar? Have you read them? Are you familiar with the Constantine?
Man, I read them in high school after I saw it. So I saw this movie. I was 16 when I saw this, and
it was amazing.
It was amazing. I actually think I saw
you were getting a hand job while like just rubbing the hell out of a girl's leg in the movie theater.
Just dry humping.
Just
what
crazy.
do they call it now? The stoking? Yeah, we were just.
Oh yeah. That's the Mormon way to do it.
That's the
right?
Mormon way. I'm sorry.
Just let it soak for a minute.
So it's funny. It's funny you say that. I think my first date was to see this movie, but after 20 years later, I'm still not sure if it was a date or not. So. You know who you are if you're listening to this podcast. If you could clear that up for me after 20. I mean, she obviously is because everyone listens to this podcast.
Of course.
Yeah, just send us a message.
It is the most popular media outlet.
I mean,
you get private message on the Instagram or whatever, Facebook.
I mean, we're at like $17 a month on Patreon. So,
I mean, it's the resources we have here.
We should put our pregame talks on the Patreon. Damn it.
Yeah. So you know who you are. You're out there. Just tell me, was it a date or not? Because I don't know anymore. But I think I saw the movie twice that weekend. It was so good.
Because you didn't see it really too much on the first time you went with your date.
It's because he was so busy contemplating putting his arm around her for like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
As you do.
Or you're just fiercely rubbing her leg.
16,
Just fiercely rubbing her leg over and over again. That's all you
just
did.
raw as fuck.
You just rubbed her leg. That's it.
Yeah.
You're paying attention.
Yeah, denim, not a good lubricant for that.
Yeah, not a good lubricant.
No.
Yeah,
might as well jerk off with sandpaper.
Well, I like what you said about, I know we're about to get into it, but director Francis Lawrence actually on the commentary talked about how there is so much exposition, and they tried to take this approach of, I'm trying to think of the metaphor he used and I'm going to fuck it up, but not feeding the audience, but having the audience feed themselves from the story. If
that's cool.
That makes sense. Like allowing them to pull the exposition out of the film as much as he could without, people not knowing what the fuck's going on. So, and I don't know that this is really an example of exposition, but another interesting thing he talked about was some of the language between, for example, Midnight and Constantine, when Constantine busts in and wants to use the chair, finally. And there's these weird things that maybe they're in the comics, maybe they're not, but that we don't know and probably will never know what they mean, but it's two guys doing their job, and bantering approprially about that job. What does he say? It's like, is the chair, which way's east? When's the last time you surfed? Like, we don't know what those things mean, but that's right. They do, and that's all that matters. And Francis said that, I don't know if he heard this or had read it, or if it's just one of his own isms, is that when an audience watches someone or two people do a job as part of a scene that they're very good at, then that's super entertaining. And we don't need to know all the details of that job and like what happens, but if they mention that and are bantering about it, like it's just entertaining, you know?
Yeah. That's spot on.
It leaves your mind to wonder a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but Carmelo, if let's get a synopsis in case any of you guys haven't watched Constantine in a while.
Yeah. So, Constantine is about he's sort of a kind of like a gumshoe detective figure, but he's an exorcist, really. And he and his sidekick Chaz are deep in this world of the occult, and there's this whole like underground society of angels and demons and half breeds.
Yeah,
and they're kind of caught in the middle of it. Constantine has some psychic abilities that allow him to experience more than most people can, including visions of hell, which drove him to suicide as a teenager, which he survived. So he knows that when he dies, he's going to hell, and he's trying to exorcise as many demons as possible to stave off this sentence and maybe earn his way back into heaven. Well, he falls in with this police detective, Angela, whose twin sister killed herself. They were both of them psychic. And as Angela kind of gets into the Constantine's world, trying to figure out what happened to her sister, it turns out that the son of the devil, Memnon, is trying to break into our world and actually needs the help of God Almighty. And it turns out that the angel Gabriel is a double agent who's helping Memnon break into this world and bring about Armageddon. Because these angels are like, you know what, fuck humans, we're like these perfect creatures, and then God made these like smelly monkeys and gave them paradise, and you don't deserve it. Constantine then pulls probably the coolest move possible and kills himself again, because the rumor is that he's the only soul the devil himself will come to claim. And sure enough, the devil himself, played by the just delightful Peter Stormare.
Dude, so great.
We're going to fawn over later.
Oh, yeah.
He shows up and he's like, yep, sure enough, I come to claim, this is the only soul I wanted to claim. And Constantine's like, yeah, but also you're like kids in the next room trying to bring about Armageddon and overthrow you.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, just by the way. Yeah. And so the devil like clears all that shit right up. And then he's like, all right, Constantine, well, you're going to come with me anyway. Constantine makes a deal to save the twin sister from hell. Yep. But in doing so, he actually does earn his place back into heaven. Yeah. And so the devil's like, no, fuck that. I'm not letting you go to heaven. So he actually cures Constantine of his cancer. Yeah. And rebuilds his slashed wrists and says, you're going to live longer just so you have the chance to fuck it up and end up in hell again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's constant. I love this movie. It's so
awesome.
And then at the very end, he pops, instead of taking a cigarette light, he pops in a piece of gum.
Yeah.
Like a Nick
forever.
So great.
Yes,
man.
he is. Well, how did this, do you have some numbers, Scott? Do you have this film do?
I do. This film did very well. Very well. I do got some numbers here. So yes, Constantine opened in the United States on February 18th, 2005. Earning $29.8 million in its opening weekend and ranking second only behind Hitch's second weekend.
Okay.
It ended its run on June 16th, having grossed $76 million in the United States and Canada and $154.9 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $230.9 million against a $70 to $100 million budget.
Okay.
So, pretty damn good.
It's a pretty big budget, though. But this was a lot of CGI. But I want to say, have you seen those reels where it's like CGI was so much better early on and then got really bad? And now it's probably better again. But I feel like this is maybe on the cusp where it's not bad. It's not horrible CGI.
No, it's not. I mean, for 2005, it was like,
it still
amazing.
holds up pretty well. I mean, you can tell there's all this added smoke and stuff,
well,
but it's still,
Well, when he goes into the underworld and when he goes into hell, that too, of course.
That stuff, like, I forgive that stuff a lot because it's so surreal. It's like a living painting.
Yeah, it could be
you're
still
right.
portrayed that way today as a choice, and and that could have gone way worse too, CGI wise. So
I don't think they overstepped like the boundary, like when it's like so bad, like no. I think it was believable, and you could tell it
wasn't
CGI, but
Matrix
it was believable,
2 Agent Smith fight scene bad. So
that that scene with 1,000 Agent Smiths
it just became a cartoon. It just became a cartoon.
It did.
Yeah,
It's just hard to watch. I think the only thing in this movie that's rough is like you can like when people are getting like their heads blown off and you can like kind of see the holes. That stuff is clearly like CGI'd. And that's kind of disappointing because that stuff they could have done practically.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's just like you can just tell.
Yep.
The thing that's kind of rough is the Vermin Man, the demon that's like made of bugs. And the thing that saves it is that it's all so dark that you don't get a good look at it. But if you Google Vermin Man, you get a good clean look at him. It's not
great.
It's not great. But I'm being nitpicky about a movie, you know, and this is like a thing about the whole era, you know. There's a lot of CGI that holds up from that era. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 both preceded this, and they mostly hold up, like 90.
Sure. Oh, yeah. The classics. Yeah.
The problem is when people they got ambitious, and the technology was not as ambitious as they were.
And they pushed a little past the card. And
they had the resources to do practical. Stan Winston did work on this. He did all the practical effects on it. So they probably could have cut him loose a lot more.
Was some of the practical like was the whole Balthazar face melt?
Yeah, so
that was
Gavin's face was all practical. Yeah, so that was all practical.
That was really good.
Whenever you see Rachel / Angela dead, that's a Stan Winston dummy of her. It's like perfectly. I mean, you'd think they would just use her, but like in the pool where she sees her, that's when she sees her sister technically, right? And she sort of pulls the hair out of the eyes and stuff, and that's a dummy. That was Stan Winston dummy.
Cold body just laying there. Yeah, that was really good, and they just formed a mold of her, of Rachel.
Yeah, exactly.
Of Angela. Yeah, Rachel,
and did that a couple different times throughout the film. So. Let's jump into this.
Dig into it. We can talk about the movie a little bit too.
Well, before we jump into it, I want to. Carmelo mentioned something about loving this Perfect Circle video that was made from the.
He walks out of there. Jamon Hunsu's club. Midnight's Club.
Is that what's playing in the background?
That's playing in the background.
I actually watched. I got through half the music video before we got on this episode, just so I could humor Carmelo.
Perfect Circle.
I love that fucking song, the Perfect Circle song. It's called
the perfect song when you're like walking through like a fucking
the singer
nightclub.
And the
so badass.
I don't know, man. I was never a Perfect Circle / Tool because they share members, right? Like
I think so. Yeah, it's
or singers.
Maynard.
Maynard is the same.
Maynard is the singer for Tool and the singer for Perfect Circle.
You know what?
Band members are different.
I have this memory of Scotty and I were in like 8th grade or something. And we were listening to a lot heavy. It was when Slipknot just came out and the first Korn CD, maybe the second one, and System of a Down's only self-titled had been out, and we were listening to all this kind of music. Then Scotty starts dating this girl, and all of a sudden loves Tool and A Perfect Circle, and I'm like, what is this garbage he's listening to?
She got me into it, man. Well, here's
all
the thing.
Garbage compared to Slipknot, and
I had a variety of music I listened to. You were like all hardcore. Like I loved it too, but I expanded my horizons a little bit and listened to some other music. But it was the girlfriend, my first girl I lost my virginity to.
I thought it was another girl. It was Jessica Farnsworth.
It was a three-way. It
was Jessica Farnsworth. Yeah. It was a third girl.
Now we're naming names on this podcast. If anyone knows her.
I was nice enough to not name the girl I saw Constantine with.
Yeah. Anyways, so hopefully she's not listening. But I remember she did get me into it, and I got into it. I felt like the melodicness to it and stuff, but. There'd be nights we'd like just lay in my bed and we'd play A Perfect Circle, and it's just like spine chilling.
If you want melodic, you just go like Deftones or something. You don't need Perfect Circle.
I do like the Deftones.
Yeah.
Perfect Circle, it gets you in that mood. You got your black light on.
It doesn't matter.
I'm so make love to it.
I'm so persnickety about the music that now I don't even listen to the bands I mention anymore. Slipknot, that's not even heavy enough anymore. So it's like.
No. You know what's hilarious? So those of you at home know Danny and Scotty are in a band called Poolside at the Flamingo that is having a revival tour. These last couple last year or so, and it is like the hardest metal you can listen to. I think what is it, grindcore? Is that
Yeah,
right?
grindcore, deathcore, yeah.
But
hardcore,
that's not the funny thing. The funny thing is that Danny and Scotty and I have talked before about opening up a venue for parties where we would exclusively be crooning. There would only be Sinatra style,
Only.
old school crooning.
You have to have a jacket. It's only suit, jacket, and tie
That's right.
attire.
Suit and tie.
Jacket and tie. That's right.
Yeah.
And I've heard Danny croon, and he sounds like Sinatra. And I've heard Scotty do like operatic Disney songs. Their voices are like angelic, and yet the band that they're known for, it would make David Draymond's voice hurt just to listen to it.
I'm not an
I know,
like
man.
I go from our band and then and then I don't do the in between. I don't like sing songy like screamo. It's got to go like straight to Weezer or Nirvana and then on to like Sinatra. I fucking love Sinatra, dude. That's all I want to.
Any kind of the crooner age, like that 50s era, Dean Martin.
Dean Martin,
Frank
I have
Sinatra.
all, dude.
No, you're right. Like
love
I
it.
sing musical theater and grew up singing. That's my mom does voice lessons, and then I go scream in a band, and I do both
Yeah.
pretty singing.
Your
and
rendition
screaming.
of Beauty and the Beast brings me to tears.
Dude, thank you, man. I play the Beast. Yeah, I do a ballad song. With
You
it.
do.
Oh.
It's gorgeous. So I'm like Scotty. I like strong vocal melodies, even in my metal. Right. So I enjoy Tool and Pool. Tool, and of course I love Poolside and
Perfect Circle, of course.
Perfect Circle. I love the Deftones. I love. There's bands I've tried to connect with Danny on. They're not hard enough for him. I like In Flames, which I think is pretty hard.
Yeah,
but
I like In
again,
Flames.
still has such-
There's some melodic stuff that's not. I like early Killswitch and
Killswitch
there's
Engage,
some
Poison the Well.
Poison. A lot of that stuff I used to listen to. So that stuff's fine. I do like some melodic. You just got to be the right band.
Yeah,
That's all.
See, I would get down on
For
singing
sure.
that in like a band too. I could do some harmonies, singing, into
you
screaming.
would nail it. Yeah. So since we also give you the background on these things, couple of fun facts about this song, deeply personal to the singer. If I remember right, and I didn't look this up before the podcast to refresh my memory, but as the story I heard, it was about his abusive mother, and she passed away. And the song is about, kind of seeing someone on the slab that you have unfinished business with, cold and dead as dead can be. And it's sort of like, after all this, you just kind of died, and now we're never gonna square this. And that's just so fucking disappointing. Like that you just get out from under this, all the bad things you did by dying. Yeah. And that's like sort of the ultimate passive aggressive thing to do. And I thought it was quite powerful. And I like the song very much. So
Yeah, I like it. And that almost is what happens in the movie too. Like,
and when they made a video, if you guys haven't seen it, you can YouTube Perfect Circle Constantine video, and they made it's like the official music video of the movie. You can watch it.
It's really appropriate, perfect song for that scene too, and it really
cool.
hits. It hits home for sure.
Because the whole thing is passive aggressive, right? They're in this like neutral bar, where all the angels and demons and half breeds can hang out, and they all are like at war, but now they're all like they're all like fucking.
It's sort of like the club in John Wick with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, right. It's like exactly.
Is it? It's not called the Continental, is it? What is it? Or is
the
it?
Continental's a hotel, but he goes to more. Yeah, and the hotel is the neutral zone, but he goes to more than one like club where they're all like intermingling and like,
This one they are too. They're it's the neutral club. Their eyes are glowing, but
but they're
Jamal
like
Hunt,
angel and demons like fucking each other. Like,
dude. And freaking John and Constantine walks in there like a badass. Like, I'm gonna send you guys all to hell if you try something.
Pretty cool.
Whenever I hear Continental, I just think of the old Christopher Walken SNL skit.
The Continental.
Continental. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So great. Oh,
but all right, well, I'm going to jump into some things here. So as we talked about already, this comes from comic books, as do a lot of things. Really, it got to start in the late 90s. Film adaptation of DC Vertigo's Hellblazer comic began to take shape. Producer Lauren Schuler Donner is a she, already a veteran known for shepherding hits like St. Elmo's Fire and Free Willy. I loved Free Willy when I was a kid. Yeah. I was like, there's that line in it where it's like, they asked the kid a question and he says, "Do dogs piss on brick walls?" And I was like, yeah, that kid's a badass. But anyways, I don't know why.
Free Willy.
Free Willy was a popular one in my household as a kid.
Was it? Okay.
We were the target. We were the target audience.
We were, and I've completely forgot the whole movie now. But yes, yeah.
Michael Madsen, man, rest in peace.
Okay, yeah. Well, so anyways, this producer Lauren Schuler Donner, who had things to do with Free Willy, was introduced to the idea of Constantine movie by screenwriter Kevin Broadbent. 97, Schuler Donner secured the rights. So back in 97, and started developing it. She envisioned this like supernatural horror film that would be, quote, classic and classy in the vein of like The Exorcist. And yeah, at the time, she wasn't really a stranger to comic book adaptations. Shortly after Constantine, she would go on to produce Marvel's X-Men franchise.
Wow.
She had a hand in that. Yeah. And then they had several heavy-hitting producers and creatives start to rally around this project in the early days. Longtime DC Comics adapters Michael Uslan and Benjamin Melniker.
Interesting fellows.
They were instrumental in bringing Batman 1989 to the screen. They signed on as executive producers. And then Warner Bros. executive turn producer, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, who is famous for greenlighting The Matrix during his studio tenure.
Ooh, nice.
Also came aboard, as did Oscar-winning writer-producer Akiva Goldsman.
Damn,
I don't know.
There's some heavy hitters behind this.
Seriously.
And then Erwin Stoff, who was at the time Keanu Reeves' manager and was a producer on The Matrix and Speed, came on board as well. So that's sort of where I think he got it from. But
I love Speed. Cult classic action.
Speed's a good movie.
it is a good movie.
I know. We should bring back the cult classic.
Cult classic action.
Cult classic
Speed.
action. Yeah, Patreon only.
Yes,
I know.
For the,
Patreon
for
only.
the three people over there, we can get you some more Cult classic action.
Fuck yeah.
That's how Carmelo found his way to the show, actually.
That's right. It started with I wanted to do the spinoff called Classic Action.
And then we did a couple. We did a couple
we did,
Cult classic actions, and then
That's
we're like,
exactly what we should do. That should just be the Patreon. It's like there's a whole second show only
Cult
for
classic action.
for action.
All Cult classic action. Yeah, there's some episodes in there. If you aren't patrons and you want to go check them out, we do have a back catalog of, I don't know, it's 8 to 10 Cult classic action episodes.
We did like Rambo and Predator. And
If you want to see what it's
Van
like,
Damme.
there's a crossover episode. We did Terminator is technically both, and we put the Cult Classic Action episode on this podcast stream.
yeah.
Terminator is both. We decided.
It's got its own nifty intro and everything.
Yeah, and then I think we did part 2 as the action episode. If I'm not
That's right.
Did we?
We did
Okay.
Terminator as a
That would
crossover.
have been the smart.
Just a
So
little
I've got
Easter
some
egg.
facts about Michael Uslan, if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's
He's
hear it.
from University of Indiana, actually, and he made the news when he convinced them to let him teach a course on comic books. This is back in the 80s, and at the time, the 80s were kind of a renaissance for comics to be taken a bit more seriously.
Sure.
And part of that was Uslan. So he did his best to convince the school that there was scholarly merit to comic books. And famously, he was shot down by the university over and over again until the university president, he met with him and he's like, look, you're never going to convince me comics are like a modern mythology. Until he pointed out to him, just to wrap the story up more quickly, I won't repeat the whole thing, but he basically pointed out to him that the story of Superman is the story of Moses. It's like the same exact story.
Oh, wow.
And when the president realized that, he was like, the course is approved. That made the news. Folks at DC Comics saw it and called up Uslan, and they were like, hey, we like that you respect and appreciate comic books, and we're looking to like make these things more seriously. And they had done Dark Knight Returns and some other stuff. Michael Uslan bought the film rights to Batman.
Really?
So he's produced every Batman movie since then.
You kidding
Every
me?
single one, even the Joker movies. He's the one who owns the film rights.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So he's the one that was instrumental in getting Batman 89 made and making sure that Batman was like done seriously and not like the campy 60s show. Which it has its place now and it's fun, but it's not what they wanted people to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, Michael Uslan's, been like this with DC and their
That's
adaptation.
awesome.
So
And he's rolling in the dough.
yeah, I'm sure that he is. Yeah, I'm sure that he is.
Dang,
And
man, that's
he
awesome.
he bought the rights to Batman
film
Before or
release.
after
Yeah.
this?
you
After
imagine?
Before then,
Yeah, before.
because then he helped get 1989 on screen.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
The Michael
Okay.
Keaton Batman. So
Yeah.
Oh, so it was way back then. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So-
wow.
yeah. So anyways, he had a hand in this as well. Yeah, they went through a couple different directors at first that were perspective. No real big names or anything. Warner Bros. Even targeted Nicolas Cage to star as Constantine, and hoped to start filming by 2002 at that time, which he probably would have done.
He would have been
pretty good
fine.
too, back then especially.
I can't. He would have done good, but I just can't see anyone besides Keanu Reeves now.
Yeah.
No, well, the funny thing is, he's not a very close adaptation of the comic book John Constantine.
Sure.
And so they did
Keanu Reeves isn't, or Nicolas Cage is.
neither.
Neither, okay.
really are.
Okay.
Yeah. Constantine in the comic books is British.
Oh,
And so
wow.
that was a big thing that fans of the comics had issue with this movie. The problem is I've actually never heard anybody who loves the comics and hates this movie. I've only heard of people talk about how good this movie is.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think for most people it was their first exposure to him, because the comic is an indie one called Hellblazer, and Constantine's just the main character. But he's portrayed a lot more as like a slick talking con man, and he's very British, and most of his stories take place in and around London.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is very this is an Americanized version, obviously, of Constantine.
Yeah.
And they did a Constantine show maybe about 10 years ago now with what was his name? Matt something.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. But
Okay.
they ended up bringing that into DC's like television universe after a while. Matt Ryan, that's right. Now, so the reason I mention all this is because if you ever watched that version of him, that's a lot more like what the comic book was.
Oh,
like.
okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, in typical Hollywood style, right? And again, this is a movie that turned out great. So, like, I'm not bitching about it by any means. I have no special love for the comic book.
Yeah.
Other than it's cool. But, what we know is we are putting a lot of films together these days, and it's all about like getting the bankable name.
Yep.
And nowadays, comic book movies, you don't see that all the time anymore.
Yeah.
Comic book movies are happy to underpay a nobody and make their career basically, and not a nobody, but a no name, because the IPs are so powerful, right? So
Yeah.
like I don't know what David Corenswet did before Superman, but whatever it is doesn't compare in terms of the box office. And now he's a household name.
Yeah.
They greenlit that movie off Superman, not off David Corenswet. But in the early 2000s, Spider-Man had just come out, but that wasn't like enough yet. And especially not for a lesser known comic book. That's why you see names like Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves
Sure.
that the studio could bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
They had to have
they said it in whatever, where they want to shoot the film in somewhere like New York, whatever.
They didn't trust the content yet. So
Right.
Was this in New York? Was this set in New York?
no, this
think
was in
LA.
LA actually.
LA,
This was in
yeah,
Los
duh.
Angeles,
Because
so-
there's a sign to LA.
God damn it.
Christ, my ears are just bleeding.
Speaking of LA, man,
Oh God, that means it's time for the horror
halftime.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not prepared for that. I'm just not used to it.
I know. It's back again. The horror halftime's here. It hasn't been around for a long time, but I'm happy. I'm happy to. We're in the season of giving right now, and I'm happy
Damn
to
right.
give back to the people.
holiday.
Oh, and you've got a great gift for them today, don't
I've
you?
got a
Brandon?
great gift today. All right,
Great
so
gift.
today's
It's
gift
better
for the
than
horror
poultry,
halftime
guys.
winner will be the special edition Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray of Body Melt.
Vinegar syndrome.
I'm holding it up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube.
So generous of you, Danny.
I know. It's so hard to part with this. I was really hoping it would stay in my family for generations to come. But
Damn it. You could have handed that
because I
down.
love you
Okay.
guys, I'm
love
willing
the
to part.
fans.
Yeah, I love the fans. So this week's Horror Freak of the Week is Dan Dalton. Dan Dalton, you have won Vinegar Syndrome Special Edition Blu-ray of Body Melt, which has commentaries. It's got a few. I mean, it's got a lot of shit on it. I'm not going to read all.
Wonderful.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So shoot me a message on either Instagram or Facebook, Cult Classic Horror page, and give me your address. I'll ship it out to you. I'll post in the groups in case you're not listening to this. But yeah, it'll be
Thanks,
good.
Dan.
Well,
You've been a long-time listener. Good man.
Yeah, I think I speak for all of us when I say we love you, Double D. And if no one calls you Double D, they really should.
They should. They really should.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And so those of you that want to win a Blu-ray, all you have to do is submit a meme on social media that has to do with any one of our episodes, preferably this one or the last one or the last few.
Tons from Constantine.
Yeah. Any meme, anything, just submit it, tag us at Cult Classic Horror, and use the hashtag horror halftime. And if we like your meme the best, you will be the winner and also the horror freak of the week. And I'll give you a Blu-ray from my collection of movies that I've been forced to buy to cover these episodes with.
You might keep the Constantine one though. Now
I think I'm going to keep the Constantine one. I had to sift through a little bit to find this one. We've been giving away Blu-rays. It's not always going to be a Blu-ray. I've said that. It might be a T-shirt, might be something else. But we'll go with Blu-rays for now until I've whittled it down a little bit.
for sure, man.
All right. Well, that concludes the horror halftime.
So many cigarettes. So many cigarettes. He smoked so many cigarettes.
He did smoke
John
cigarettes.
Constantine.
Just awful.
Yes. So we will jump back into it here. Talking about coming that we still haven't been introduced to the director yet. So basically there were some directors they let go. They didn't go with Nicolas Cage. That went out the window with another version of the script. Warner Bros. They wanted a fresh talent. They wanted a young, hip director. So they found Francis Lawrence, who was popular for doing music videos, which happens a lot. He had done Britney Spears and other rock bands and hip hop stars. And they just thought that the material needed a young, hip, cool dude.
He didn't do any film directing before that?
No, I think this was his first foray.
Well.
Maybe some smaller stuff, but, as far as anything notable, yeah. Now, initially, Keanu Reeves...
Did a good job.
Yeah, no. So by then, Keanu Reeves was now a global star thanks to The Matrix and was pretty cautious about working with an inexperienced film director.
It's like just music videos.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of music videos, like a fuck ton.
Yeah.
We had a director direct us in a movie that did mainly music videos.
Yeah, that was his first film he did too. Yeah.
We won't go there.
But Reeves had only recently finished shooting the back-to-back Matrix sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions, when the Constantine script came his way. Intrigued by the story and the tormented character of John Constantine, Reeves signed on in 2002. The day after he returned from filming The Matrix, Reeves met with Francis Lawrence, the director, to hear his vision for Constantine. And Lawrence, he knew he was a little bit of hot water, so he came prepared. He pitched his ideas passionately and even showed Reeves a reel of his most striking music video work. And it worked.
Nice.
So he got the job. Yep. And then from that point on, Reeves sort of became a champion of Francis Lawrence's and was later just praised him in interviews and things like that. Rachel Weisz too. She noted how well Lawrence transitioned from music videos to large film and was real collaborative on set. And so it ended up working out. Lawrence would later prove his blockbuster chops by directing I Am Legend and several Hunger Games films. So now he's no stranger to
the
limelight.
Nice. Love I Am Legend.
Yeah. So meanwhile, the screenplay evolved through the hands of Kevin Broadbent and Frank Cabello. Broadbent had been involved since the start, co-writing a story draft after having been a fan of the Hellblazer comics, like you mentioned, Carmelo. Frank Capello was brought on to rework the script and steered the story toward a more personal, character-driven conflict. Rather than a typical save the world comic book plot, Capello drew inspiration from the Hellblazer stories, Garth Ennis's Hellblazer story arc, Dangerous Habits, which deals with Constantine's terminal lung cancer and his efforts to outsmart the devil.
Oh, jeez.
So that's sort of where the basis. Were you familiar with that one, Carmelo? Have you read that?
That is, I believe, at least from what I remember people talking about this when it came out, that was the story he was most known for, is that he's like dying of cancer. So he like gets himself possessed and then basically forces the demon and sort of like, yeah, you're stuck in my body now. So you're either going to cure me or you're going to die with me now.
Yeah.
And like that kind of
I'm dying soon.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and they had some characters that made it in from the original comics. Papa Midnight's from the comics, I guess.
Yeah, Chaz is in the comics.
Chaz, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, it did require some significant changes. As Carmelo said, John Constantine is famously blonde, British occult detective. This describes him as a chain-smoking Liverpudlian modeled after singer Sting.
Okay. Sting should have just played him then. What the hell?
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that bleached blonde hair.
Yeah.
So Keanu Reeves, I like the black hair. Yeah,
they definitely did a good job of Americanizing him. And yeah, I don't think people, as Carmelo said, no one's really complaining about it.
Yeah.
So, so then another change was the film's title. Early on, the project was referred to as Hellblazer, like the comic, but to avoid confusion with Clive Barker's Hellraiser, of course, the movie was retitled simply Constantine.
I like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I always wondered why they did that, and I thought they were just being little bitches about putting the word hell in the title. But
Yeah, Hellblazer, Hellblazer, Hellraiser. I mean, I could see the debacle there for sure.
Notably, legendary comics writer Alan Moore, who created John Constantine as a side character in Swamp Thing, wanted no association with the film. Is that how he started out? Was a side character in Swamp Thing?
Yeah, so Alan Moore wrote a very famous run on Swamp Thing that was basically this like existential horror thing. Swamp Thing was always this like guy who died in a swamp and then like came back with swamp powers.
Yeah.
And then Alan Moore introduced the idea that it wasn't a man made of swamp. It was a swamp that thought it was a man.
Oh,
and like,
okay.
So his run on Swamp Thing is like legendary. And
yeah,
I guess Constantine spun out of that. But he Alan Moore, we could do a whole episode on him, but he fucking hates every film adaptation.
That's what my next note says.
Really?
It says he hates like From Hell, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He just fucking hates them.
Yeah, I think it was after League of Extraordinary Gentlemen where he sued and insisted never put my name on any of these movies ever again.
Because that's his work. That's like what
yeah. And he's like this. He's this like crazy like Gnostic mystic who lives in like the fucking like mountains of England somewhere, like somewhere on the island of Great Britain. He's a recluse. He's just only comes out of hiding to say mean things about people who touch his shit. Like anytime they do a sequel to Watchmen or something, he like appears to do a quote and like this fucking sucks, and then he like disappears again.
Oh my god!
He's just he's a really interesting guy in comics. So there's one comic he's super famous for called Miracle Man. And that's another subject of another story for another time. But he ended up being Miracle Man, ended up being out of print for like 40 years because it was a huge copyright thing. And when Alan Moore found out that he was caught in the middle of a copyright thing and he felt like he had stolen someone else's work, he sued them to take his name off of it. So if you find any copy of Miracle Man today, any reprinted one, book, graphic novel, whatever, it just says from the original author.
Oh, geez. Doesn't even say
really?
No, it's written by the original author.
Wow.
Why
so that's Alan Moore.
That?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
He's just so like but he's also like a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's written all these things.
Everything he writes, like every indie book you've heard of, it ends up being him. I didn't even know he created Constantine. That was something new for me.
Holy shit. Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing.
I had a Swamp Thing figurine when I was like 6. And
we loved it when we were kids.
Yeah, I got a 8 inch Swamp Thing action figure on a shelf.
Now, are you sure it's 8 inches? You seem to have trouble with.
Well,
the size
you have to adjust the measurement. Obviously, it's not the girth to length ratio. Of the figure.
You have to take into account both.
That's right. You have to count both. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it might be skinny, but it sure is short.
Yes. Or wide.
Just how you like your action figures, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Just chody.
Yeah.
Now, Keanu Reeves admitted he was not very familiar with Constantine upon receiving, getting this role. But then he poured over it all, went sort of method with it, and didn't really feel totally in character until he got the coat. The coat is what really clarified his role. Reeves said,
"Oh, like the trench coat, the black trench coat."
Yeah, nothing that. Yeah, that's what made it click. Made him the chain smoking demon hunter. So,
oh man. Yeah,
so yeah, you had him anchoring the film first. Then you had Rachel Weisz come in as the LAPD detective,
Angela, the twin.
Yeah, yep. Who had, of course, had shot The Mummy previous to this. Brought some serious acting chops. She would shortly after win a Academy Award for The Constant Gardener. After this,
she did.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So she added some credibility to it.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf, only 18 at the time, was cast as Chaz Kramer. The director said that Keanu Reeves at first was like, I don't know if someone that young is right, but then he said after 3 minutes of talking with him, he's like, oh yeah, Constantine would hang out with this guy.
Really?
For sure.
He's the perfect like sidekick that drives the car and kind of wants to be in the coattails of John Constantine and be the demon hunter and stuff that he's doing.
And then of course you have Tilda Swinton as Gabriel, the Archangel.
Yes.
She wasn't really, of course, mainstream yet. Hadn't done her main stuff. But God, director Francis Lawrence specifically wanted like this androgynous look for the Archangel. And throughout the commentary, they often refer to Gabriel as like a he, but then when they're specifically talking about her playing the role, they say she. And so I think they wanted it to be sort of, androgynous, like you said. So just whatevs, you know. But the director also said in the commentary that she couldn't say a line wrong. Like no matter what you told her to say, it would sound as if she was quoting Shakespeare, you know.
She's great.
So
she has the British accent that comes in too. The kind of like
she's
the English
delightful.
accent.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Actually, it says that Lawrence prepared these like elaborate justifications to pitch her to the studio, you know, but to surprise, the studio immediately supported her casting with no pushback. So cool. She wowed them all. Another one, I don't even have the name here. I just remember it from the commentary. The lady who played the first possessed girl in the movie in the beginning. Francis Lawrence said she famously sent him this basically 20-minute performance art possession video. She spritzed herself. She just went at it for like 20 minutes. She sent him this video.
Whoa, okay.
And we cast her.
Yeah, because couldn't show up in person for some reason or something, and they said that's what sold them. They're like, we thought she was fucking awesome.
I got a Suzanne Wang here. Maybe that was her.
That's who it was. Suzanne. It was Suzanne. Yep.
Suzanne Wong.
Said she was super intense and was super intense on set too. And even Keanu Reeves was like, she was just intense. He was saying,
hell yeah, she was great. What an opening to like a movie.
It's a great opening when she's and they did film that. He said that they started out. I forgot what the exact his words were, but something about they got right down to it. That was the first. They shot the film mostly in chronological order, and day one they shot that. They had her in there. And the producers showed up like 2 hours late, and they were already like 3 shots in, and the producers didn't even expect them to be started yet. And
dude, that's badass.
Yeah, and he said that her up in the corner of the ceiling, she's actually up in the corner of the ceiling on wires, and they did get rid of the wires and stuff like that.
That's badass, dude.
That's awesome.
I mean, what an opening a movie from like the car smash with the guy finding the knife.
And actually, I was going to get through the casting and get into that because I have some stuff about that too. But also the Stan Winston, there was a dummy of her as well. Stan Winston dummy. Wow. When Keanu Reeves puts his face close to hers, I think that's actually a dummy. Dude. I don't know why they did that.
Was like something's going to happen here.
Then of course you have Peter Stormare we talked about, who just did so amazing. Classic Lucifer.
Oh, he's great.
I've seen like reels on social media that said, the perfect casting, and it shows him doing that. And actually, director Francis Lawrence had a clear inspiration for this portrayal, and he asked Stormare to channel Fagin from Oliver Twist.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. And he would, he was real picky about having Stormare too play this role. He just knew instantly that's who he wanted to play this role.
I can totally see Fagin in the Satan character.
And did a really good job. So they began filming in 2004 on location in Los Angeles. they really wanted LA to sort of be like its own character in the movie. So they
So
picked
the devil's going to come conquer L.A.
Yeah, they did a lot of thought. They put a lot of thought into picking these locations and things like that. They wanted it to really reflect like the L.A. I don't know how you'd say it, but the real L.A.
The real LA, not just the Hollywood.
The real LA where there's underground bars full of angels and demons.
Exactly.
Dude, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. Yeah.
So they collaborated with veteran cinematographer Felipe Rousselat, an Oscar winner for A River Runs Through It.
Ooh.
It was so LA. I mean, they just had to. Some of it was in studio. They did have. There were times during the commentary where it's like, oh, now we're entering our set. Just offhand, I know that the room in the initial first exorcism, that was on a set. The office where Gavin Rosdale gets his face punched in, that's on a set. So there were some sets involved in it for sure. Legendary Stan Winston studio was there to craft the film's demon and angel makeup effects. They built a lot of gruesome practical creature effects. The half-faced demon we talked about already. Even the Angel Gabriel's wings were actually sort of a blend of practical and CGI. So Stan Winston did a lot of that stuff. But yeah, they did they had a lot of veterans on this. Not the director so much, but everyone else.
Yeah.
And a lot of them doing their own stunts too. Keanu Reeves was really game to do all his own physical stuff. He had just come off The Matrix, had all his martial arts training. Stunt coordinator R.A. Rondell called Reeves a godsend on set, noting that he would immediately participate in fight choreography and pick it up super quick. Yeah. Whether he's being flung across the room, he did a lot of it himself. So
he's taking that shotgun that he has and he's blowing demons off in the very end there. Oh, man.
Yeah, Shia said he volunteered himself for the wire rig slingshot stunt when he goes up to the ceiling, which left him with a couple real bruises.
Wow, nice.
Gavin Rosdale, who offhand, if no one knows, he's the singer of Bush, the band Bush.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
You didn't know that?
No.
There you go.
I love that band too.
Yeah, Gavin Rosdale, who plays now I forgot his name already. The suit wearing Balthazar is the singer of the band Bush.
He kind of has a Jude Law look, but
a little bit.
Gavin
And I don't know that he's even done anything since this. It's just
I was
really
going to say, I wondered why I never saw that guy again.
Why
he did a good job.
I wonder.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
He did a very good job on this.
Yeah. So he said it says he performed his own stunts in the fight with Reeves there too. Yeah, and Rachel Weisz too did the infamous bathtub scene. They put her underwater, and during the commentary, actually, I learned that's
a great scene.
That she couldn't go underwater facing up without nose plugs in. She just couldn't do it.
Oh, geez.
And they put nose plugs in and then CGI'd them out. And so the bubbles you see coming out of her nose was any air leaking past the nose plugs.
Oh, well, good thing it was, because
actually
make it look real.
Yeah, and they called that, Francis Lawrence called that what would have been the sex scene in the movie. It's like the right beat in the story and in the film where it would have gone to like a love scene, but instead they go to this bathtub scene, right before he dunks her under.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah. And the producer during the commentary the whole time was like, kiss, because they have these tense moments and they never romantically engage in the film ever.
It's so close.
It's so much better that way.
I know it is.
Yeah,
it's just like right on the cusp there.
Yeah, John Constantine is too serious for that. He's not quite there yet.
The director and producer said that them, along with a lot of the crew, will famously hold their own breath during the bathtub scene, just to confirm that a human could hold their breath as long as it's happening. Because they're just like,
I do that sometimes when I'm watching movies. I'm like, I wonder if I can
shit.
And both Francis Lawrence and the producer were like, we can do it. We take a couple deep breaths, we can do it.
I like that scene though too. Like the first time that Keanu Reeves goes in the water, you see him go to hell to find Isabel, and then when Rachel Weisz does it, the viewer never sees what she's seeing going into hell, but she's being held down. You're like, what the fuck's happening? Let her go.
I liked how the time changes. You know, everything happens in an instant, but it takes longer in hell, of course.
Totally.
I'm going to go away from these notes because there was a lot of cool things that I learned in just watching some of the commentaries. And for instance, the opening was supposed to be a lot bigger budget. There's a lot of things throughout this film that were, if they had more money, they would have done differently, but not that it ended up being bad or anything like that. Right. For instance, the opening sequence was going to be a prisoner in a Turkish prison digging his way out of the prison when then coming upon this relic that is the Spear of Destiny.
That's cool.
Yeah, they couldn't get the money for the Turkish prison and the prisoners, and so they changed it to a scavenger in Mexico, and they figured that what was the lore behind it? It was
funny, a Nazi flag with the
and they didn't really mention
World War
why
II.
there was a Nazi flag around it. They did say, "Oh, this is supposedly a church where they grabbed the relic from wherever, Vienna, and they have it in this church, and they buried it, and then the church burned down, and this is where it's hiding now to this day." And it's I don't know if they were serious. They said supposedly this Spear of Destiny is hidden in a museum in Vienna or something like that.
Wow.
But
that's a real thing.
I don't know, I guess, where the real one is, but I get the idea of, like, after World War II, a lot of Nazis fled Germany, stealing art and things like that. Famously the movie Metropolis, which is like the most influential sci-fi movie of all time, is this like German silent film. It's incomplete. There's no complete version of the film that exists. But there was a while there where every like couple of years some German person living in Argentina would die, and they happen to have like more footage from Metropolis, and they would the Aspen version. So like it is the thing to find like stolen Nazi art like smuggled out of Europe.
Oh, for sure,
that's cool.
Art or artifacts. So that's
people fleeing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We move into after the scavenger scene. We sort of move into LA for the first exorcism. That he enters a set when he goes into the room, and then anything you see out the window in the background is like a scrim. They did use a lot of scrim and mats in this movie, surprisingly, for this day and age still. So
Pruitt Taylor Vince couldn't get it done.
Yeah,
had to call John Constantine. Damn it,
he's awesome.
Father Hennessy.
That brings me to another fact I learned.
I didn't mean that. You can continue.
No. That's great. It's right in line with it, because this whole sequence of him not thinking he's drinking alcohol, but he's actually drowning himself in liquor.
Yeah. That was such a cool scene. The
original sequence in the script was that he was supposed to be gorging himself on food while getting skinnier and skinnier until he died of like hunger, or whatever, malnutrition,
Wow.
And they said they couldn't quite afford that, because obviously it would have taken some CGI to make this man skinnier and skinnier and skinnier until he dies. AKA thinner, Stephen King.
That was genius with the alcohol. You don't see anything coming out, but it's all going in. He's just trying, because he got under the whatever. He touched her palm, her wrist, and the demon got it. Or what happened there?
And that's a good example, I think, of CGI that still is unnoticeable. I mean, they obviously had to use CGI for these broken bottles and alcohol not coming out of them. The whole thing still plays great.
That scene is brutal to watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, and of course he has that amulet that was protecting him from these voices at first, and Constantine has to use it. Another little flub that probably no one notices is that later in the movie he gives her the amulet, and yet another moment where tense moment where they almost kiss. And she famously leaves it in the car when she goes in to help him out. But if you look at her when she drops her coat in the car and turns around to go, it's still around her neck. But then the camera pans down to the amulet.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Shit.
Brutal.
Another couple tidbits. The cigarette he puts down in the first exorcism in an artsy shot where it's in the foreground.
Yeah, that's great.
Is actually a drastically oversized cigarette to get the effect they wanted.
I think he smoked it much further down. Then he set it down and it's like a full stick.
Yeah, and the whole idea there was that this is so routine for him that he knows he's going to knock out this exorcism in 30 minutes. Of course, this is a good opener for the movie because he realizes this isn't a normal thing and this demon's trying extra hard to get into our world,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just a couple things like that. I'm trying to think. There's another couple scrim shots. There's like a downtown when they do the establishing shot of, I think it's her apartment. It's like right next to the main freeway in LA, and there's no apartment complexes near that. So that was like a matte shot where they composed two things next to each other. But another cool thing is that his apartment is very stylistic and different.
Yeah.
They had this
chain and like the windows all pop open and
stuff. They had this abandoned building downtown that the director really liked a lot and wanted to morph into his apartment somehow. And so the way they described it at the end is that they ended up with this apartment that almost looks like an office space that was walled off a little bit into someone's apartment, you know. And listening to the commentary and seeing it at the same time, it sort of clicked because there were some weird rooms and like separators and things that was like, oh, this doesn't seem like a normal apartment. But yeah, it's interesting if you guys ever get the Blu-ray and the commentary is worth watching. Unlike the things like The Exorcist where Friedkin just narrates the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, like
we always say that, but it's very interesting. It's cool because you watch it. They talk about things you can notice it right away. Things like on the fly about we cut to after the opening. At first we weren't cutting to him alone, camera on his back in his apartment, lone hero moment, smoking a cigarette. Like it was supposed to cut into there was this whole side story. I don't know if you noticed when you see Rachel Weisz and her partner for the first time, he's got this cast on or a sling. He's got a sling on. Then he has a sling on later on. There's this whole cut scene where after the opening, it was supposed to cut right to Rachel and her partner in a park pursuing a gunman and the partner getting shot. And like this whole, that's why he's in this sling.
All cut.
Yeah. And they had this whole backstory of her, of a possible affair between her and him.
Wow. That poor guy, his whole storyline got cut.
I know. And, another one she got even more fucked. I don't know if you noticed this, but in the very end, not very end, but towards the end, when he they bless the sprinkler water and they set the sprinklers off and he just fucking murks everybody.
Yeah.
The first girl he kills is Michelle Monaghan. I noticed that.
Love her.
That was
like,
her.
Famous actress. You just see her for a second. She has the line that's like holy water, and then he like,
oh man,
he kills her. So they had this whole cut sequence.
I recognized her.
She's there then because they had this whole sequence they cut in sort of the beginning of the film. All this establishing stuff about Constantine's character and everything, where he actually takes home a half devil escort to his apartment and bangs her, and you wake up and it's like there's this whole sequence where it's post coitus and she even has a devil tail under the covers.
Oh my god.
And that was her role. Michelle Monaghan played it, and then they cut the whole thing, but they left her in at the very end.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
I would have been pissed.
So I actually, because you listeners should know that literally yesterday we were like, let's cover Constantine. And then so I saw I could overnight the Blu-ray on Amazon. And then we had Scotty and I had a Christmas get together today with some friends. And I sort of rushed home from that to catch just a commentary. There's two commentaries, but I watched the other one's probably not as great. But there is 18 minutes of deleted scenes that I didn't watch yet. That's one of them. So these all exist on the Blu-ray.
So you're saying there could be a director's cut of this movie?
There is.
I want to see.
I don't know if it's all in the cut, but you can get the Blu-ray and see all the deleted scenes for sure.
No, I mean I wish they would make the director's
I know.
Oh yeah, with all those scenes in there. I want to see Keanu Reeves with Michelle Monaghan and
I know. So I need to watch.
They
actually tell you in the commentary. They bring it up like 3 times, and the producer each time is like, "Stop watching this now and go watch the Michelle Monaghan escort scene." Dude,
I'm borrowing that Blu-ray,
and I haven't watched it yet.
When do you get done watching it?
We had to start the show, but I'm still going to go back and watch it. So, but that was one of them. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so the partner was like all these deleted scenes. This Michelle Monaghan escort thing was a deleted scene, but that's why you see her for just a moment.
I recognize her right away.
I'm not even sure she's credited. At least not an IMDb.
Yeah. Really?
No, she is. Never mind.
Okay. Is she? Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah. There's a few other deleted scenes too. So I think that they also send the commentary like, oh, this scene went on for way longer. For instance, the scene where you first meet Gabriel, like that scene went on for a lot longer.
In the church.
In the church. So a few things. I think Shia LaBeouf had a little bit more stuff that they cut. Because actually, if you think about it, he's there in the beginning, then he pretty much disappears till the climax.
Yeah, he's there at the beginning, and then the whole like story with Rachel Weisz and Keanu Reeves happens, and then when they go to kill them all, he appears again.
Yep. So I'll as we wrap this up, I'll see if I think of anything else. But that was a lot of the tidbits they had there. But
that's
so when he's in the church scene, he's trying to talk to Tilda Swinton there. That's one of the things too, because he's going to hell because he tried committing suicide, right? That's the reason.
I mean, he did commit suicide. Then they brought him back, the paramedics, basically. And he got a glimpse of hell in that time, and
he's pleading his case to her, like, "Hey, I sent all these half breeds to hell, like doing my cause. I should be able to get my ticket to heaven." And she's like, "Nope, you're fucked."
Yep. So they envisioned this as a PG-13 blockbuster, but the MPAA, to the producer's surprise, slapped an R rating on the film for its pervasive, quote, religious horror themes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see that. There's not any language or
but director Lawrence Francis noted like there's no single graphic element causing the R rating. It was just this overall intensity and occult content that they cited. That they were like, no,
weird.
That's dumb.
I mean, I get it. I think of this as an R-rated movie, and yet also I think if they had known they were going to get an R-rated movie and committed to the rating, it would have improved a movie that I really love.
They probably could have. They could have really raunched it up.
Maybe a little more graphic, a little more.
Like Michelle Monaghan.
I know.
Had a nude scene, for example. I just been throwing it out as a spitballing. That would have been something.
Just projectile blood coming out of Keanu Reeves' mouth.
I think Constantine would be dropping F-bombs left and right.
For sure would be.
Him puking up blood, there'd just be tons of puke.
Yeah, I could just get a lot gorier with some of it, and but again, I think that would have been icing on a cake.
That might have made the box office numbers go up a little more if it was a PG-13.
It might have.
Who knows?
Get some more people in to see it, but. So I guess that probably wraps it up for us. I know in my head I'm a little angry because there's probably some more stuff in the commentary that I'm forgetting, but that was all the main shit.
Yeah,
there.
It's great, man. I mean,
other worthless things like I know that Rachel Weisz, she did her own stunt where she fell into the pool, Iron Cross style.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that shot wasn't originally in the script, but they fought for it. The shot of her sister falling in, so that turned out really good. Peter Stormare, it was his idea to have these oily feet that he had to soil the ground before he walked on it and all this stuff. And, so there's some cool stuff they had. Cool. I know that some of the deleted scenes comes from the back in the bowling alley. So like the bowling alley, they originally were going to have this extended quote unquote locked and loaded scene where he builds that gun that he uses.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
They were like, oh, he took apart a clock and used it. Then he used like part of a cane and blah, blah, blah. But they ultimately shifted to Rachel's / Angela's emotional journey with, I think she was holding something that she was looking at during that while he was building the gun. I forgot exactly what it was, but she was going through an emotional thing at that time. Well, she had the coin, right? She finds the coin.
Yeah.
She sort of is channeling Balthazar for a minute, like becomes him for a second or is channeling him for a second.
She does the coin flip.
Yeah. But that whole thing was extended. There's just, again, 18 minutes of extra footage in the Blu-ray if you guys pick it up. So
it would be cool if they cut that into a director's cut. I've got a couple other fun facts. Shotgun style. I was trying to make a boomstick round a thing and never became a thing, but this is.
I got some.
No, I actually remember that and I love it. Like the boomstick round is awesome because there's ones that like you feel like when you're narrating this whole episode, it almost isn't worth it to stop and be like, oh, by the way, Rachel Weisz jumped into the pool by herself.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Right.
But you could
Exactly.
do that in a shotgun thing, you know?
Do it at the very end. Yeah.
And the other thing is, for me, was always like, we get on these the fun conversations, which is like the whole point is it's a fun talk.
Yeah.
But also we wanted to give you guys some behind the scenes, so it seems like
yeah.
real quick we'll catch up if we've been enjoying especially a movie like Constantine, where I could just talk for an hour about how cool it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So to throw a couple of fast ones at you, apparently the Keanu Reeves bought the shotgun prop after the movie was over, and gave it to the director as a gift.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Hell was based on like cities disintegrating from a nuclear bomb. That was the visual inspiration for that.
Okay.
The Spear of Destiny is the same one they used in Hellboy in 2004.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Oh shit.
They've got this is one from the commentary. The lore is that in the scene where there's the flying demons attacking them in the street, and Constantine like lights a cloth on
It's
fire.
the Shroud of Moses, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right.
Yep. And and I guess the one other one I had for you was the storyline that this is based off of in the comic books. Not the whole thing. It's called I just had it and navigated away from
No
let me
worries,
find
man.
it for you guys before we're done. And you guys got anything else from the
I mean, that was it. A lot
Final
of the notes
thoughts, you know?
I have surrounded what Scotty was talking about release.
I saw a couple things here. The holy hand grenades that were actually Christmas ornaments filled with water.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
That they used.
Yeah, that he smashed on his chest to get out of hell, basically.
Yeah. The Nazi
they are
flag.
making a sequel. Finally.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. They are making a sequel, and then
Oh, they are.
they announced it right before DC Comics did their big overhaul and kind of in James Gunn we trust to do their movie universe. But he came out and said that's not going to affect Constantine 2. We're going to do Constantine
It's
2.
been a long time coming. This
I
should
mean,
have been out by now.
They got it. It's Keanu again, right? It's got to be.
Oh, it has to be.
I mean,
You
has
kidding
to
me?
be.
Oh, it is. It is going to be him.
is.
He's back. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Seems like this movie should have been made by now.
I wonder-
finally.
I know. It really
so
shouldn't have been.
Would it be James Gunn and not this Francis again? It would be-
No. James Gunn is just sort of he's like the
Putting it
Kevin
together.
Feige of DC. He's overseeing the whole movie universe. So he's not going to direct it. But I don't know that Francis Lawrence would come back.
Sure.
It looked like on his IMDb. But the whole thing was just all their movies are going to be part of the same shared universe now.
Sure.
Okay.
Except for conveniently the movies that are just really successful. So they do like the Batman 2 is still coming out. He's never going to meet James Gunn's Superman,
Yeah.
but he is, that movie was so successful that they're going to let them do another one.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, Francis Lawrence was talking about how really this film is occurring after a possible prequel. It's like Constantine's established already. We're just cutting into his life,
Right.
So
So I wonder if the
Dangerous
second one-
Habits. That's the name of the storyline. Dangerous Habits.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I think I had that early in the notes and I didn't say
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
And if you're trying to read Constantine comics, there are 26 graphic novel trade paperbacks that you could read from the original run.
Wow.
They're starting to reprint them as omnibuses, but they're doing the omnibuses based on the writer, so they're actually kind of screwy because they would jump writers sometimes, and they have not reprinted even half the series that way, so it would be hard to read. So
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, finally, that's Constantine. We've talked about
yeah.
covering it for a long time.
We've been wanting to do this one.
Rob keeps shooting it down, so here we are without him doing it.
Yeah, this is great. I'm glad we got. I mean, it's a classic. It's horror. It's got
It's
thriller.
21 years old now, almost.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
We're gonna be making another one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Perfect timing to rewatch this one to get ready for the second one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to what did you watch? And I don't know what the fuck, dude. I've been so busy
goodness.
lately. Do you watch anything, Carmelo?
Lots of Christmas movies.
Do you watch anything?
yeah. It's
I
well,
watch some
you know,
Christmas shit. I know, with the family, right?
Yeah, I always get in that Christmas run with.
I did
family.
watch Mate, did I talk about this already? Did I talk about how I watched the new Hell House and it's not found footage? Did we already talk about this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, never mind. I won't read.
And did we talk about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein? I think the same.
Yeah,
movie?
I think we did because I watched it too. Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting old and we're forgetting shit now.
I saw Black Phone 2.
Oh yeah, how was
it?
I enjoyed it a lot. I think the first Black Phone is magnificent.
Yeah.
I think the second one is not bad by any stretch, and it does some cool shit that wraps around to the first one. It's a great sequel. It's a great movie. The first one I just love that much. I think the sequel was a good 7 or 8. The first one's a 10.
It's hard to beat that first one. That first one's
it's
good.
hard. But they basically turned Ethan Hawke into Freddy Krueger. And
Wow.
Yeah, I would check it out.
And it's kind of isolation and kind of that cold.
Yeah, it's the
feeling.
cold, the snow. It's how have they never done this with Freddy or Jason?
I do like that. So do you think there's more to come then in the universe of Black Phone?
God, I don't know how. I mean, they really the whole point of the first one is he's a serial killer, but there's ghosts and spirits, so it's not crazy to be and he's now a ghost or a spirit in the second one. But I don't. I don't know. I mean, if they wanted to,
how are they going to do it?
It would be a real stretch. It would be a real stretch.
And that's never happened with any of the Freddy's or Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, with them, you just those they did the first movies and never again touched them.
Yeah, that was it. I've never seen any sequels to those.
Yeah. Even though people have talked about it over the years,
they logically just went from one to the other. They never ended it and then started it again.
That's right. I mean, that's exactly what they'd have to do. They'd have to make Black Phone 3 and then just pretend.
This is a different timeline.
It's funny is Freddy Krueger's a lot like that. Only a couple of those Freddy movies connect. Jason actually especially those first couple, they pick up right where the one before it just leaves off.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Which we are going to revisit. We will revisit. We were actually maybe going to do that this week.
Friday one.
But I definitely want to make sure Rob can make that. Then all four of us. We just want to start. We talked about this already, but we want to start going back around to cover some of the old ones we did 7 years ago that we need to just give more to again.
Friday one.
Our journalistic skill has increased a lot.
Yeah. It really
Yes.
has.
Oh yeah. We've gotten a lot better as hosts, I feel. Yeah.
But so I think I was just looking at my watch history on Prime. Anyways, I could have watched something on a different streaming network, but it was still the last thing I watched was Hell House LLC or the newer one and whatever else. So nothing I've been doing some family Christmas movies, nothing really in the horror realm.
I haven't watched like Krampus or anything or
I know I need to watch Krampus. Probably if I look at the calendar here, I was thinking this in my head, but I didn't verify by looking at the calendar. I think we would probably get one more episode in and cover a Christmas one, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I would love suggestions for a Christmas one because I feel like we've done the obvious guys.
So if we stick to the schedule, actually, and we could pre-record it like we do right now, our next episode will release on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's too good to.
That would be sick.
We've got to do it.
So we need to do a Christmas-related horror film, and
that would be great. We've done a few.
We have done Krampus, but maybe we could revisit. Did you do Krampus for this, Carmelo? I can't.
I was there.
Okay.
Krampus.
Okay.
We did Black Christmas. I think
we did Black Christmas.
We did Black Christmas.
We did Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I don't know. I wasn't on that one, but
we did though. I'm pretty sure. We'll scour for a Christmas movie and we will supply that to you for your Christmas Eve at midnight listening.
Yes.
While you're up putting together that fucking godforsaken dollhouse at midnight, which I've done, of course.
Oh yeah.
You can turn on our episode we'll release and you can listen to it.
Maybe we should do the mean one or something like that. Did you see that they did a Grinch horror movie?
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We
did. Did we? There's some newer ones. That one with David Arbor.
Violent Night. Yeah.
Violent Night. I watched it last year, and
that was great.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
Googling it, there's a couple that stand out, but the vast majority of them are dog shit.
We did a couple of corny, cheesy ones.
Actually, there's a new Silent Night, Deadly Night that just came out this year, and I only know that because a producer friend of mine helped produce it and was posting about it. I don't want to call him our buddy, but Jamie from 97 minutes. That we
Really?
Was a producer on the new Silent Night, Deadly Night.
From the folks who brought you the Jeepers Creepers Reborn or whatever.
Exactly. So I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. I didn't. To be fair, I have not watched Jeepers Creepers Reborn, but I've also purposely not watched it. So
I saw it like in passing, and I just couldn't do it.
It was pretty bad. Was it pretty bad?
It was like unwatchably bad.
Oh my God.
Well, to be fair, we know the studio that did that Reborn, and we just don't like them at all. But I think the producer that we know, separate from that studio, did Silent Night, Deadly Night. So it might be better. And he's sort of a cool guy, so it might be better.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
We could do did we ever done Jack Frost, the one with
We might have done Jack
We
Frost.
might have done Jack Frost.
You might have done that. Yeah.
I think
we should
like
go look.
2 Decembers, we hit all the classics.
We
Christmas
did. You
Evil?
know, right? One year we did because we were doing it weekly.
Every week, and then I think like the next year we were still doing every week, and we hit there's not a lot more than like 8 good classic horror Christmas movies.
SLAY.
We didn't do Santa's Sleigh, the one with Goldberg in it. We didn't do
I've
that.
actually seen that. Look at you.
There's a 1972 Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll bring you guys something. We'll bring you guys something.
A little Christmas treat. Well, thanks, guys. We had a great time as always.
Yeah,
that was
exactly. I think that concludes. None of us watch shit. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I've been watching Ted Lasso. I got I changed my phone my phone plan, and I got a new iPhone, and
they gave you free Apple Plus for a
they
while.
gave me free Apple TV, and I'm like, what do you watch on Apple TV?
Dude, you gotta watch
Ted
C
Lasso's great.
with Jason Momoa. C.
What's it?
It's called just C,
S-E-E.
S-E-E with Jason Momoa. It's so fucking good. It's an Apple
Right,
TV Plus original. It's his best thing he's ever done.
He fucking slays in it, man.
You'll love it, man. You will love it.
All right, see. Thanks.
But Ted Lasso's great. Liz,
I want to
Liz and
milk it
watched
while I
Ted
got
Lasso.
it.
You gotta milk it, dude. See, it's like it's far in the future when people have lost sight for like hundreds of years, and
cool.
and like they have one-sighted person now, and it's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
I gotta see this. Sounds fucking
watch
great.
I like Ted Lasso too. Liz and I watched that.
I haven't watched Ted Lasso. I gotta watch it.
It is just a feel-good comedy. Just
It
a
is.
good time.
It is.
If you're down, Ted Lasso can lift you up
For sure.
All right.
And if you're not down, Ted Lasso is still just
It's still good. Still great.
All right, guys.
All right,
cool.
guys.
Appreciate you listening. Get your horror halftime memes in. Body Melt Blu-ray is going out to Dan Dalton. We really appreciate it. Oh, and I got another shout out that I almost fucking forgot. Again, I want to shout out to Jocelyn Rodarte for joining us on Patreon. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yep. She also is very active in the group, so really appreciate that, Jocelyn. We need to beef up it's because of people like you that we're contemplating beefing up our Patreon stuff again, so we got to do it.
I'd love to hear suggestions from people. Like, what do you want? Like, if you are a patron, tell us what you want, and if you're not a patron, tell us what would make you become a patron.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. So what we have there already is a whole nother show called the Cult Classic Action Show, where we just cover action movies in this exact same fashion that we cover horror movies.
Yeah.
So that's already like sort of there, and we could continue that if that's what you want. But if it's something else, I don't know. Maybe it's nudies of Carmelo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be. I paid for law school with CarmeloLove.org. So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or our post game or pre game conversations that we have.
Yeah, but those don't always happen. But sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we can just press record when we start our calls.
Yeah. Exactly. We just banter for an hour
There's
before we
some
do the
gold in there
podcast.
sometimes.
There is sometimes. So, all right, guys. Well, yeah, we'll get you something on Christmas Eve. It'll be a good time. We'll have we'll give away another Blu-ray. So get those memes in from this week. And we appreciate you listening. Rate and review us if you can on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time.
Talk soon, guys.
Don't you blame the movies? Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.